Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanner, and this is my Esoterica. Today we're doing a timeless reading for our Leo collective. So what I've been seeing in the shuffle so far, Leos, is that you guys have been going through some sort of rebirth right now. I saw death on the bottom of the card that Spirit drew me to for your reading, which was the Spirit Song Tarot. Spirit's been guiding me to this deck a lot, but it's very sweet and very gentle, so maybe the message you need right now is a little gentle, Leos. But definitely some sort of rebirth, like the end of one way of doing things and embarking on a new way of doing things. I feel like you guys are really inspired to focus on your stability right now. I've seen the Four of Acorns, and I saw the Four of Crystals, which in this deck is the Four of Pentacles. So definitely what I'm seeing in the cards is like you guys are really trying to move towards what makes you feel happy and fulfilled. And a lot of that is being clear, one, on your boundaries. We have the Seven of Swords underneath that, so traditionally energy that could be sneaky or underhanded in some way, but in this deck, again, this is a very gentle deck. It says preparation and resourcefulness. So I feel like that's what you guys are doing. Like you are having clarity with the Queen of Swords here. Again, going through a transformation with the bat energy. In the Animal Spirit Oracle deck that I like to use sometimes, the bat represents transformation. It represents death energy, which again is what we saw on the bottom of the deck when I was starting to shuffle before recording. So definitely a rebirth again in some way, and like trying to plan out how to take action towards what truly fulfills you emotionally and gives you stability. I don't know if this is a love situation yet or just a general message for you guys, but we'll see. Let's do a few more cuts and see what comes out in the heart of the situation for you guys. So thanks, Spirit. What else do we have for our Leo collective? What is going on in their energy? Queen of Crystals. So Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, really focusing on your own stability, of feeling grounded in yourself and grounded in the material world. You know, focusing on your own coin and like pouring your energy into investing in something for the sake of your own, again, inner sense of stability. You guys could resonate with being feminines because we have two queens here. Again, energetic. I say again because I say this in every video, but I'm not talking about your gender. I'm talking about the energy that you embody the most. And we all have masculine and feminine energies within all of us. So, but I'm seeing some strong feminine energy in the cards. So yes, take that as it resonates. But also, Queen of Feathers is focusing on your boundaries. On this card, it says perception and truth. So like trying to see the truth of a situation. And again, focusing on your own comfort and stability and prosperity. So very Pentacles focused is what I'm getting from my Leo collective right now. What else do we have, Spirit, for our Leos? Eight of Wands. This is fast forward movement. This is fast progress. So I feel like, yeah, you guys might be entering an era of moving forward really fast in your life. And the Sun. Yeah, you guys are really focused on moving towards your ultimate happiness and fulfillment with the Sun. I accidentally skipped a few cards, but the Queen of Cups poked out at me. Another Queen energy. So again, very feminine, dominant. Nine of Acorns is popping out, which is the Nine of Wands, along with the Emperor in reverse. I just saw 444 as I was saying that. So you guys could have been dealing or could be dealing. So either you are dealing with it or you have recently dealt with it. But it's like there was some sort of masculine energy that maybe you saw as like a counterpart energy, but they weren't showing up in their best version with the Emperor in reverse. And I feel like it caused a lot of wounding. This also could talk or speak to how maybe you didn't have strong enough boundaries for yourself when it comes to a love situation, and that ended up causing pain for you in some way, shape, or form. But with the Queen of Cups here too, is, you know, very focused on, you know, your own cup, like healing, trusting your intuition, moving with your intuition, being kind and compassionate, and figuring out how to leave your comfort zone is what I'm seeing. Like trying to figure out how to take that next step outside of, again, your comfort zone and into like a new phase of your life in a way. Again, going through a rebirth right now. I'll do one more cut and then I'll pull some cards for you, okay? So let's see, what else do we have, Spirit, for our Leo collective? What's at the heart of their situation right now? The Three of Shells, the Three of Cups. So I feel like you guys are really focused on having a good time with people who lift you up, your community, especially if you've recently gone through a wounding situation with somebody who maybe wasn't showing up in their best light. This is the best medicine for you, spending time with people who lift you up. And then the Page of Crystals. So yeah, I feel like you guys have some sort of idea or something that you want to invest your energy into. Again, you guys are very focused on finding your stability right now. Maybe after a painful love situation. All right, Spirit, what do we have for our Leo collective? What message do we have for our Leos? For our Leo collective, Spirit. Three of Feathers, Three of Swords was the first card that came out. And this is heartbreak, this is emotional pain, but this came out in reverse. So this is speaking to healing from emotional pain. Again, going through some sort of death and rebirth, triggered by some emotional pain. But I do see that you guys are, you know, working on releasing this situation and focusing again on your own healing. Thanks, Spirit. What else do we have for our Leos? What else do we have for our Leos? For our Leo collective, Spirit, what do we have for them? Very specific card wants to come out clearly. Thanks, Spirit. For our Leo collective, what else do we have for them? King of Crystals. Yeah, very much stepping into your power. Very much, we saw the King and Queen of Crystals. I feel like this is like you guys coming into inner union in some way, like balancing your own masculine and feminine energies. But yeah, definitely focused. I mean, you also could have been in some sort of soul contract situation or somebody you felt like was a counterpart in some way. But what I'm really getting with this energy so far, and we'll see what else comes out when I clarify it, but again, focusing on taking action on your own stability, on taking outside action on your material world. So not only are you focused on feeling stable and secure within, you're focused on your stability and security in the 3D world, because that's what the King of Pentacles is all about. Comfort and security and, you know, investing in something for the long haul and, you know, getting to a place where you've worked hard for so long that you can finally enjoy the fruits of your labors. So I feel like that is definitely like the core theme of this reading for my Leos, like healing from some sort of emotional pain, but really focused on your own foundations and your own stability right now. Thanks, Spirit. Can I get one more card for our Leo collective? And then we'll clarify. Thanks, Spirit. What else do we have for our Leo collective? Jumped out of my hand. You guys could have been dealing with a runner in some way, or somebody who was like non-committal, emotionally avoidant in some way. What's this card? The 9 of Acorns. Okay, 9 of Acorns. Acorns are wands in this deck. And this came up before. Okay, I was confused for a second because I thought I mixed a card up, but I didn't. So yeah, you guys are definitely focused on wounding right now, and not in a negative way. I feel like definitely, again, going through some sort of rebirth and transformation here. But consciously grappling with and dealing with some sort of emotional pain, like feeling battered and bruised, like you don't know if you want to keep pushing forward, but you are like not giving up yet, but definitely feeling, again, battered and bruised from the battle, from the journey so far. But again, the message from that card is perseverance. It's to not give up. So even though because you're almost at the finish line, you're almost at the 10. So don't give up. 11:11 on my timer as I was saying that. So yeah, healing from heartbreak right now, dealing with, probably the fallout, the emotional fallout of that heartbreak, like, again, dealing with that wounding. But again, it's inspired you all to really focus on your own foundations in the material world. 6 of Feathers on the bottom, 6 of Swords. So this is transitions. This is moving into calmer waters. So yeah, you guys are in a period of transition right now. 11:44. But yeah, I feel like you're kind of like past the hardest part, I want to say, especially because you're feeling inspired to focus on your foundations right now. Like, I feel like a lot of your energy is being diverted into whatever work project or creative project you might have on your minds right now, instead of really dwelling on this pain. It's still there. The pain is still there, of course, but it's like not overtaking your thoughts. Like, it's just sort of still lingering, I want to say. 12:22. But yeah, you guys are in a transitionary period. You guys are leaving the choppy waters and moving into calmer waters. And this animal spirit oracle card, the dragonfly, is representative of one transformation. So related to the depth energy that I was talking about before, but it's also the master of the mind and perception. So when this card comes up in that animal spirit deck, it's saying to question the perception of your thoughts. So don't get bogged down in them. Don't be ruled by your thoughts. You are the watcher of them. In a way, you're the ruler of them, but make sure you're not spiraling is basically what I'm trying to say here. Like, don't get caught up in the mental loops. Like, make sure you are questioning the perception of your thoughts while you're going through this, Leo. Well, let's clarify this 3 of Swords in reverse, this 3 of Feathers in reverse. Can we please clarify this 3 of Feathers? Queen of Shells, Queen of Cups, again, 1333. So whatever, this is kind of like confirmation. Like, the 3 of Swords in reverse, this is about healing emotional pain. And the Queen of Cups is, again, focusing on your own cup, focusing on your healing, focusing on having emotional stability within yourself again. So yeah, definitely healing emotionally, taking action externally, which is beautiful energy. And it's giving Chariot vibes a lot. So let's clarify this first row with one more card. Thank you, Spirit. Let's clarify this first row with one more card. The World. So yeah, there was some sort of completion here, some sort of ending of a cycle. It says fulfillment and celebration here. And on this card, we have a whale. On the animal spirit deck version of the whale, this is like the highest form of feminine energy in the water suit. This is divine feminine energy. This is somebody who's very kind and compassionate, a great communicator, somebody who wants to be a light for others. So that could be the vibe that you're in. But again, with this first row, it's like there's been completion here. There's been an end to a cycle. Like you guys have, I just saw 1515, but you guys have graduated from one phase of life or one phase of a situation and are ready to graduate into the next one, ready to take everything that you've learned from your past situations and bring it forward with you as you're ready to kind of start again. So yeah, definitely healing, focusing on your own healing, and letting this cycle kind of complete itself and play out. Queen of Feathers too, it could have inspired you to have to like really hold strong in your boundaries. You could have kind of like cut through to the truth of the situation. Like maybe this person was trying to play mind games with you a little bit, but you were able to kind of see through the games in a way. But definitely now you're in an era of protecting your energy, of having stronger boundaries while you're focusing on this healing. Thank you, Spirit. Can we go ahead and clarify this King of Crystals energy, this King of Pentacles energy for our Leo collective? Please clarify this King of Pentacles energy for our Leo collective. Ten of Crystals. I mean, this is pretty straightforward reading so far. Like, focusing on your long-term foundations, focusing on what you want for the future, for your long-term stability. So yeah, very much focused on trying to find financial stability and abundance and, just material security, again, within yourself and out in the 3D world. Knight of Feathers, Knight of Swords, so very focused on taking action. Like this is quick, decisive action. So like this guy has a plan and he knows what to do and he knows how to do it and he's just going for it. So I feel like that, again, that's the energy that you are in as well. Like healing, letting the situation go and focusing on your own stability, like what you can focus on and put your own energy into to see results is what I'm feeling here. Let's clarify this middle row one more time with one more card, please, Spirit, for our Leo collective. You guys could have been dealing with a runner the way all these cards be jumping out my hands. The Magician, and it also came out crossing here. So for me as a reader, crossing energy is stuff that you are consciously thinking about, consciously grappling with, like it's in the forefront of your thoughts. So 1818. So the Magician crossing for me is like you consciously thinking about stepping into your power and manifesting the life that you desire for yourself, like stepping into your power because you know you have all the tools that you need in order to succeed, right? So yeah, this collective of Leo is very focused, again, stability, being grounded, finding abundance and closing out this cycle. Again, I do think there's still some wounding here. We're about to clarify this last row with this 9 of Wands here. So we'll see. But like definitely, whatever the situation is, it has inspired you all to just really, really focus on your own stability here. 7 of Acorns, 7 of Wands. So this is determination. This is, fighting to hold your position. Like you could have felt like there was competition with this other person, or like maybe, they stepped out on you in some way. Maybe there was a third party situation in some way. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be, opinions of friends. It can be work. But in any case, like I definitely feel like you felt beaten up by this situation. But again, inspired to come back stronger, inspired to hold your ground better. And with that Queen of Swords energy that we just saw not too long ago, again, focusing on stronger boundaries and like protecting yourself. Temperance. Yeah, like finding balance within, like this transformation. But like, what's the word I'm looking for? Transmutation of shadows into light. That's what temperance is about in a lot of ways. Block throat chakra as well. So you could have had difficulty kind of expressing yourself in this situation, or speaking up for yourself in some way. But yeah, very focused on boundaries, very focused on protecting yourself. And again, what was underneath here again? Temperance, finding balance within. So let's go ahead and clarify this 9 of Wands energy, Spirit, for our Leos. Let's clarify this 9 of Wands energy, please, Spirit, for our Leo collective. Please clarify this 9 of Wands, this 9 of Acorns energy, Spirit, for our Leos. I feel like a very specific card wants to come out. Please clarify this 9 of Wands energy, Spirit, for our Leos. Justice, truth and clarity, accountability. So I feel like you may feel like somebody owes you accountability in some way, but I feel like you are very focused on, you know, with that temperance card we just saw as well, like reclaiming balance for yourself. Justice, this is fairness, this is rational, logical thinking. It's also accountability again. So I feel like this person probably wronged you in some way, or you felt like they treated you unfairly. But I'm also getting like that you're taking the power to bring justice to the situation, 2211, into your own hands again. Like your healing is your responsibility at the end of the day. A lot of people want to project onto other people when it comes to love and relationships and be like, oh, this person treated me this way and it's all their fault. And I'm not saying like, please don't think I'm excusing any sort of negative behavior. Like, please don't let anyone treat you negatively, especially if it's impacting like your heart and your mind. But what I'm trying to say also is that, you know, people can only meet you where they're at when it comes to love. And you might be in one place where you really want to invest and build a solid relationship and foundation, and somebody else could just be trying to have fun. But if you guys try to come together, you're going to miss each other. And it doesn't matter how much you try to make it work, one of you is going to be dissatisfied because one of you is not getting what you want and what you need from this situation. So I feel like, again, you're reclaiming balance for yourself. Like you are the one stepping into this power and bringing justice to the situation for yourself, even if this other person doesn't give you any accountability. But there was a tower moment here. There was some sort of big shakeup, some sort of, you know, sudden shift in perspective, some sort of big realization, some sort of something that came to light that really shook you, Leo. Again, with the 6 of feathers. So again, we are in a transitionary period. You guys are in a transitionary phase right now after this tower moment. So let's get one more card for this last row, please, Spirit, for our Leos. What do we have? We got 2 cards here, and they both point to painful endings. So yeah, I feel like this person treated you unfairly, and that's why you're feeling wounded, because we have the 5 of Swords, which is like fighting to win, ego getting in the way. This person could have been really argumentative or just not seeing eye to eye with you in the situation. And then we also have the 10 of feathers. This is a painful ending. This is hitting rock bottom. This is feeling like backstabbed and betrayed. So like whatever happened between you and your person, it was very painful, I'm seeing. Again, fighting, arguments, disagreements, mind games maybe even. But the thing about the Ten of Swords is that while yes, it's painful, and while yes, it's like hitting rock bottom in a lot of ways, on the original Rider-Waite tarot depiction, you have a person with 10 swords in his back. He's laying on the ground all like dead and bloodied, but he's actually making a gesture, and it's the same gesture that the Hierophant is making. And all of that to say is like the Ten of Swords, while it seems like a painful ending, and it is actually a blessing in disguise. The sky is really dark on the Ten of Swords card in the OG, but there's daybreak happening. The sun is rising again, so a new day is dawning. But it's like having to let go of one version of a situation with that death energy again, like letting go of expectations in a way. I lost my train of thought. No. Blessing in disguise. I'll just leave it there. So yeah, what seems like a painful ending is typically a blessing in disguise, even if it doesn't look or feel that way on the surface. But yeah, so that's what happened. You guys were treated really unfairly in a situation. Painful ending, arguments, wounding, feeling like someone owes you accountability. Maybe you got it, maybe you didn't, probably didn't, but you're taking that power back for yourself. You are giving like yourself permission to bring balance to yourself within yourself, if that makes sense. But okay, so again, very focused on your foundations, focused on your healing, kind of leaving this behind and leveling up. That's kind of the gist of this reading for my Leo collective. So honestly, really powerful energy. Like you could be like a lot of other people, stew and spiral and end up in, you know, worse off shape than they started in a situation because they keep telling themselves the same stories over and over again. But I feel like you've seen the truth of the situation with the Queen of Swords that we saw. And yeah, you're like, okay, you know, thank you, next. If we can't work out, you and your person, then I'm going to, you know, take my power back for myself and put my energy into what I can focus on, which is my own stability, which is my own, you know, material success, which is my own healing. And, you know, that's what you guys have been doing. So very powerful stuff, Leo. I'm proud of you guys. I really am. And I get how painful it is, but like, I love that you guys, or at least the energy that you're in right now, like, you're like, okay, well, how can I take this, how can I move forward? How can I take my power back for myself? Even if this person won't give me what I'm hoping for. Like, how can I find closure for myself? And you guys are doing it. So, good job. All right, so we're going to pull a card of advice for you, and then we'll see what's coming next. So thank you, Spirit, for this reading for our Leo collective. What advice do you have for our Leos when it comes to this situation? You got 2 cards for your advice. So 1, this was a spiritual lesson. I feel like you needed to learn this. Could have been a soul contract. I tend to channel those situations a lot. But this is also you stepping into your spiritual power here, maybe stepping into a leader position. So it's divine wisdom and spiritual power here. So I feel like as advice, this is, you know, Spirit saying like, connect with it. Like, because that's what's going to help you flow into the next chapter. Like trusting your intuition and moving on it. But yeah, I feel like your advice is to step into your power. Maybe you're trying to step into some sort of light worker role or a teacher role, or a position with some sort of power and authority or influence. But yeah, trust in spirit, trust in the flow of things. The eagle here, animal spirit oracle deck, talks about being thrown into the karmic fire for the sake of your own transformation. So a spiritual lesson, again, for the sake of your own growth and transformation. And your advice also is the traveler, which is the fool in this deck. So taking a leap of faith. Don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. Spirit's got you. Like, your path is protected. I just saw 3033 as I was saying that. But don't be afraid to take that leap of faith, to take that risk. Because the universe has got you. So trust in spirit, trust in your own power, and take that leap of faith is your advice. And then let's see what's coming next in your situation, Leo. So thank you, Spirit. What is coming next for our Leos? What is coming next for our Leos? Crossing energy. Knight of Crystals, 3111. Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady progress. That's what's coming next. So I feel like whatever thing you're investing your time and energy into, whatever project or job situation, whatever you got going on, like that is going to be what's coming next. Like you guys are going to be 3131 focusing on your stability and your foundations, and putting your time and energy into something for the long haul, because you want to see it pay off. Like slow and steady wins the race. That's the Knight of Pentacles or energy. Yeah, the Knight of Crystals energy. So yeah, that's what's coming next for you. Slow, methodical action, planning, planting the seeds in order to harvest them later when you're in your King of Pentacles energy. So yeah, just keep investing your time and energy into whatever you're working on. Even if you're not seeing results right away, like they're coming. As long as you continue to put the work and energy into like growing it and tending to it, it will grow. You just have to stay strong again and take it one step at a time. And again, realize that success might not come right away, but it will come as long as you stay dedicated and again, just invest your time and energy wisely into what serves you and not into what is going to steal your power from you. Okay. I feel like that's a good place to leave it, so I will leave it here, my Leos. Thanks for being here. If you made it to the end, I'm sending you lots of love and light, and we will see you in the next one, okay? All right. Take care.